So let's get this posted up and let's go. Alright. Just give me a second. Uh-huh. Hold on a second. There we go. There we go. Alright. We're going here. I think we got this. If I've done everything correctly. Excellent. Okay. Stream is on. Just make sure the volume is going correctly. Always go through these tests every time because I have to be sure. I've had this experience before. I don't want to. Alright, it's good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Yeah, no, I don't. I've had the experience of, not having everything working right at the beginning of the stream. That's awful. We don't want to do that. Why are we here? That is a question I can't answer. I don't know. Maybe Svyelun put us on this earth and the sea. That's why. But we are gonna be playing this deck right here. All right, so I will change the scene here. There we go. Now we can see all the cards. The 5-0. Oh, well, that's a good reason to live. Live for the 5-0. We almost got it with Burn. We lost the first match, and then we won the next 4 straight. That was pretty good, but today, hopefully, is Merfolk's time to shine. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't played with Subtlety at all. To be honest, this was a card when it came out I did not really expect it to do very much. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of like Aether Gust type things, but apparently it's been doing work. It's like the only way that Merfolk is really succeeding at all right now is by playing Subtlety. Because as I've said for a long time, like a lot of the really good cards in Modern are creatures, and you have to have cards that interact with the creatures, and that's why Force of Negation is in the sideboard here, because it interacts with the spells, and the spells, sometimes the spells matter, but more often than not, it's the creatures you got to worry about, because you have things like Fury that if they resolve and you're not ready for it, that's just going to destroy your board. So how do we answer it? Well, we Subtlety put it on top of their deck, so they wasted a card to do it. We're fine with wasting a card usually. It gives us time to get more lords out and to get more alpha strikes out. So I think that's okay. We can be better prepared for it then maybe, drop something like Svyelun and Protector people or Fish people, I mean. I shall Twitch. Yeah, we're gonna throw this through the ringer. Archmage's Charm is another card. I have never played with this card in Merfolk because if you notice, the requirements for this thing, blue, blue, blue. Our normal mana base with like Cavern and Mutavault does not support this card. So one of the things that Tulio did with his deck is he played a ton of blue land. Like all the lands in the deck make blue. No Mutavault, no Cavern of Souls. That's what it takes to be able to play this card. And it's sort of the same thing. It's even more restrictive, I'd say, than Cryptic Command, because at least Cryptic you expect to cast it on turn 4. You might get away with having one Mutavault and then turn 4 maybe you can cast Cryptic. Like no matter what, like a Mutavault is never going to help you cast this card, so you just can't afford any colorless sources. Every colorless land you play is effectively like you didn't play a land for the turn if you're trying to cast this. So Yeah, the requirements to cast this card are extremely aggressive, and that's why the mana base is so tilted around it. So instead of playing like Mutavault for value in their lands, we have to play Waterlogged Grove. And I'm not a huge fan of playing like 4 Waterlogged Groves because they do hurt your life total a fair bit, but if you want the charm, you have no choice. You have to play them. And you don't really want to play more basic islands or anything, because you need lands that actually do things. That's hugely important. Same thing with like Glasspool Mimic. It's a land, but it also does stuff. And we need lots of that. So yeah, these are the two big ones that we're testing. Tulio's done like really, really well with these. Um, and the sideboard, we were playing Force of Negation. I believe in his original list, he said that he only had 2 forces because of budget reasons. So we are going to play all 4 forces in the sideboard. Thieving Skydiver was a card that he played a fair bit because he wanted stuff that answers like Hammer Time. And if you can steal like a Colossus Hammer or even a Shadow Spear with it, it's actually really good. So we are going to jam some Skydivers. Borrower is a pretty good safety card. Can also be brought in, if we need to take out nonsense like Force of Negation. Or, I mean, maybe even like, I don't know. Well, we have that out here, but I mean, what is it? Normally we would bring this card in if we're taking out like, if we want to play like on a more value-oriented plan. So, I don't know, maybe... See, it's kind of weird because normally, like, for a lot of decks where you'd want to play, like Force of Negation, like, you take that card out against, say, like Jund, and then you bring in value cards, or just like creatures or something. But because we have Archmage's Charm as our counterspell in the main deck, I don't know if we're actually doing that. Like, Archmage's Charm against Jund might actually have value just because it draws us 2 cards. So it's a counterspell, but also draws 2 cards. Sorry. Yeah, Jund Saga, like even Skydiver there is like not terrible because you can steal their Shadow Spear, which is cool. Stealing, the construct tokens they make is actually kind of neat. 3 Archmage's Charms coming in the mail. Yeah, I still need to buy them. Like, Archmage's Charm is the one card I actually don't own yet. I do have Subtleties. Actually, I have 2 of them sitting right here. Hold on, I'll show them to you. Here we go. They are shiny ones. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, they're sitting here. There we go. That's better. So there are 2 more that I'm still waiting for at the moment, but they're chilling here until they get their other 2 friends. But yeah, Archmage's Charm, I only have 1 right now, and it's in my commander deck. So I actually do, if I want to keep up with the toolbox, which I guess I collect the cards at this point, I probably need to buy them. So actually, as it turns out, Nikachu was missing an Archmage's Charm and also Glasspool Mimics. So whoopsies. And I think Monster CC said he's also missing Archmage's Charm. Lots of people planning on, jamming fishies in Vegas who don't have their Archmage's Charms yet because this card is such a breakout that, like, nobody was even really expecting they were going to need it. The full art Subtlety. The full art does look kind of neat. I did debate getting them, but I don't know. It doesn't... I don't care that much about having them, but... Can I find it here? Oh yeah, this is the full art one. You can see it. So yeah, the full art does look kind of cool. I think, though, I'm happy with having Svyelun as my full art mythic in my deck. It doesn't bother me. Like, I still think this is good enough. Like, I'm happy with this picture, but I don't typically travel to the Midwest very much. I live on the East Coast, so most of the stuff I do is over in Jersey or Philly. I've done Rhode Island before. I've done, I think I've done one in Maryland, I want to say. So usually I'm over in that side. Yeah, because, flying is really expensive, okay? And it's a whole thing. And this is something I do for fun. Now, I'm over in the East Coast. I live between Philadelphia and New York City, so like there's lots of events. Yeah, like Pittsburgh is also like I've done that trip before. It's not too bad. So yeah, there's stuff that's around me, and I go to them a lot. Like Star City Games would always do stuff like in Somerset a lot, and also in King of Prussia, I think, right outside Philadelphia, that they would run events there. So like I would go to those all the time. But no, Midwest. I think the furthest out in the Midwest that I've been was like Tennessee. I haven't really been out that far to in that direction. So yeah. Yeah, the other card that we haven't talked at all about here, and this is one of the new ones that he's actually been trying, Ancestral Vision. So one of the things that he was concerned about was he wanted to make sure that his Merfolk deck could actually grind out some of the other decks. So maybe against a deck like Jund or Red Black, decks where like you probably don't really need Aether Vial that much, and it's not particularly helping you. You bring in Ancestral Vision and swap it with the Aether Vials. Because you can still suspend it on turn one, but those are matches where card advantage is probably going to matter a lot more. And so, like, okay, you spend turn one and suspending Ancestral Vision, and they thought seize you on turn one. That's embarrassing, because your vision is just going to bury them as soon as it resolves. So, there definitely are a lot of matches where you don't really care about Aether Vial, um, and yeah, you bring an Ancestral Vision to switch with it, like maybe against like a black white deck that's running a lot of those kind of removal spells. You might want to swap it there too. Probably a lot of the Thoughtseize decks. That would be my guess. That where like the card advantage makes a difference. But yeah, if I have no idea how well it's gonna go, but it's definitely a card that he seems to believe in. He jammed all 4 copies of it, and that was the last thing I think he posted about was trying to see if this card works. But I mean, I could see the appeal because you can make this deck extremely grindy if you want to. You have your Groves, your Archmage's Charms, your Svyelun's, the Ancestral Vision, you Silvergill Adept, even Benthic Biomancer if you want to do that. Brazen Borrower is like a 2-for-1. And like, Trickster and Harbinger both buy, like, there's kind of spell effects on a creature, so you have a lot of utility with a lot of these cards, and it definitely can make this like kind of a blue Jund deck if you want to, and I think Vision was a very good way to go about doing that. Now I don't know if it's gonna do everything we need it to because a lot of these decks are also getting a lot faster and more dangerous because of Ragavan. He seems to believe that Ragavan is on the decline so that it's more acceptable to bring in stuff like Vision, but I'm not sure if I necessarily believe that. But we're gonna try it anyway, so that's how this is gonna go. So with that, let me switch my scene back so the chat is on the screen. There we go. Let's go and try this in the league. I have no idea how this is gonna go, um, but we're gonna try because people ask to see it, so we're gonna give it our best shot. I think I personally am more of a fan of playing stuff like Burn right now, just because it's a lot. The path to victory is a lot clearer. And I think there's a lot of nonsense with like Ragavan and Saga and Dragon's Rage Channeler that just you don't want to have to interact with that stuff. But I mean, this playing Fish, I think it's playing it on hard mode, but apparently, like for Tulio, it really works. So he has the results to back up this list, and I know several people are taking variants of this list to GP Vegas. So we'll have to see. I mean, there's definitely something to it. I can't hate on it because I know that that it has the results behind it. Doesn't mean every single league is gonna have it because there's always random, but we'll see. I mean, we have at least a fair chance. So, what's up, Fruit Kid? I'm gonna get my first 5-0. I think I've had 5-0s before. I don't play as much as a lot of other people do, and I don't like. A lot of times, I would not focus on playing one format long enough to really develop that list and the skills for that format. I varied stuff for a long time. Okay, so opponent is mulligan to 6. Honestly, like I kind of want to keep this. Because we have something we can do on turn 1. Like, if they play something like Ragavan, like, we could always just Subtlety it away. I don't know if I do that, though, but I guess the only bad thing is if they have, like, Prismatic Ending or, like, something that kills the Aether Vial, but this does look like the sort of hand I kind of want to gamble in this, because we have card draws here with Silvergill. We do need to find a second land to keep this, but this is something we can do for free, so we can cast this. And we do have Aether Vial, and, like, you know, these are only 2 mana cards that if we get them, this will help us get to the mage, so I think the opponent mulligan, so I'm more willing to gamble on a hand like this. It could be wrong, but what can I say? We're in a gambling mood, so let's try it and find out. Fuck around and find out. That's the plan. This could go sideways if we just never draw a land, so. Steam Vents? Okay, I can live with that. Okay, so I think this might be the point where we may want to Subtlety this thing. But they might have to just dash it, though. We have to do this, right? Like, this has to be a thing. I don't think that there's an option. Okay. Huh? What the fuck just happened? Oh my god. I just screwed up Subtlety. Well, how did I click OK? Oh god damn. It doesn't auto target. Wow, that's terrible. Oh god. I thought that like it would just have to target that thing because it was the only legal target for that, but I guess not. That is okay, MTGO, that's fantastic. Like, we're learning about how these things work now. Great. All right. Well, I don't think that we can actually come back here because now there's just too much nonsense. What are we gonna do? Like, I needed them not to play Ragavan, and fuck. I don't know if it mattered though. If they're gonna follow it up with Channeler right away too, like that's not great. Oh look, they already have it like filled up, and they have their instant sorcery creature land. Okay, that has to be a mistake. Okay, no, they did it before combat. All right, before the damage. Okay, so it doesn't matter. Fuck me. All right. How do we do this? The only possible way is if we can get a land off of this, and if not, we're just going to game 2 anyway. I don't think that's gonna do it. I'm pretty sure that we are dead. So I'm gonna have to, like, block this thing. What a difference that would make if, like, we got at least another turn out of this, then, like, they couldn't have dashed, well, I guess what? They couldn't have played the Trickster at least. That would have been helpful. We're taking 7 damage here. Like, yeah, we're dead. We can't beat that. Fuck me. Alright, that was not good. I mean, gambled with the 1 land hand, but, like, then that mistake on top of it was just terrible. Alright, how the fuck are we doing this? This seems like a match where, you know, Tide Shaper being a 2/2 is probably not terrible. The Tempo Bears seem like they'll probably... Honestly, all these cards seem like they're probably good. Maybe, like, I kind of want the 2 relics here. Because I'm assuming they have stuff like Murktide and then maybe Brazen Borrower. What do I take out for them? Like, Benthic Biomancer probably isn't that great. I mean, I assume that they have Murktide. So I'm looking right now at the 2 Borrowers and the 2 relics. Having not played this list before, I'm not sure what's important here. Probably, I don't know if this is, like, this could be, like, Subtlety seems like it could actually be good. But I think, like, Benthic is probably not great. If they have, like, Murktide, like, Borrower probably is important against that. And I feel like the Relic probably is just to turn off the Dragon's Rage Channeler and also make it harder for them to cast the Murktide. I mean, this also does seem like the sort of match where Archmage's Charm is supposed to be good. Yeah, Borrower does block it. That is true. I mean, you don't necessarily need Relic, but I think it feels like this card would be good. I just don't know what else I'd want to take out here. Definitely Harbinger seems like it's fine. I mean, most of these cards seem like they're fine. Maybe we just run it like this. All right, I'm gonna play without the Relic here. This is better. So we have something to block Ragavan, and we have stuff to slow it down. I mean, Lords are also very powerful too, so. Alright, well, we're not going to skip through their turn, so. Even if they play Ragavan, it's not that big a deal. So it's not going to be attacking us. So I think here we're going to Trickster this thing. We'll do this in their upkeep before they draw. Well, this seems a lot better. Shocking themselves? Okay. Alright, well, they're playing Mishra's Bauble. They put a Channeler in the graveyard. So they're up to 3 things. This looks like maybe Unholy Heat. We do just have a bajillion Lords, so probably the correct thing to do is just jam them. Because they're at 12 already, so there's... Even if they kill the Lord, like, this attack I think still is going to hurt them badly. And then, like, we can just play another Lord next turn. Yeah, I expected this to happen. Sure, like, I don't... Oh, fuck. I don't know if they want to... Like, okay, I guess, yeah, that's not great. I don't know. It still seems like we should be close to just racing them here. Because it's going to depend upon how much more removal's in their hand. This card is just so dumb. What if we, like, could steal it with Archmage's Charm? Like, that would be fantastic. Can you imagine, like, if we have Charm to just steal this thing and block Ragavan? Like, that could actually be great. Well, there's Murktide, so, okay, Borrower may need to bounce this thing. Interesting. They're at... Okay, they don't have an instant in the graveyard. Didn't draw a land. Maybe the correct thing to do here is to Trickster this turn. So I need to put more pressure on the board. I don't know if bouncing it right away is going to be that good. I think I'm going to go with Trickster because they can't force that. But I guess the problem is if they have, like, Counterspell, that's not great. So do they have, like, Force or Counterspell? Because I could Brazen Borrower and bounce this right now. But if they like, force this, that's not good. And it's also very likely that they're going to attack with both of these things. So that'd be 8 damage. So I kind of need to have this on the board. Because if I can't get Trickster to, like, put pressure on them, then I don't know that it's going to matter. Okay, well that's dealt with for a turn at least. Sure. They get to double. Like, this is so bad. I don't know if there's anything we can do about this. They have 2 channelers out right now. Like, this is like almost the same build as the Legacy version. It's just they just have steam vents instead of the volcanic islands. What are the odds they have another one of these things? Probably high. That would be my guess. I have to save some life here. I mean, I didn't do myself any favors in game 1, but, like, this is also really bad. So I'm in a position where I have to, like, bounce this thing, because if I don't, I'm going to die, and I can't block these anyway, so... Let's see. Put them to 7. Even if I play 2 Lords next turn, I don't know if that's going to matter. So I'm going to take 6 damage from this. I have to play that. See if this resolves, because I don't like if this doesn't resolve, then I lose it no matter what. So I can't block, so I have to attack. So I need to find, like, I don't even know what I could find here. I don't think I have anything that can actually do anything about this. I don't have. Okay, that's fine. It is what it is. I don't think there was any way we were winning game 2. Game 1 was a sketchy decision to keep, which I don't know, it was close. Like, I think that I would still probably keep that hand again, but the subtlety mistake didn't help. But even still, that didn't, like, game 1 seems like they could have very likely still had it anyway. So we didn't see the Archmage's charm for it at all. All right, here we go again. We're playing first at least, so at least this has a much better chance of working out. So we're up against a Luris deck. Maybe Mystical Dispute and Well, I don't actually know if they are, to be honest. Because the problem with that deck is not, like, the spells that they're casting. The problem is absolutely the creatures. Yeah, we're not really concerned with, like, lightning bolts. We're concerned with fucking Ragavans and Channelers and Murktides. Okay. This is an interesting point here. I think that we might want to, like, I don't want to subtlety this. Like, there's so much card disadvantage. Like, what am I supposed to do? Pitch subtlety to, like, get rid of this thing? That doesn't seem very good. Like, I can't put the Silvergill in play in turn 2. I need to buy myself some time, but I don't know. Yeah, the surveilling is not going to be good either. I guess I have to do this. Maybe if I set it back by a turn, then maybe I can get to a point where Charm can come online and steal it. I can't believe that they make you click on it when it's the only spell. I definitely clicked on it this time. I guess you could just... You could just choose not to, I guess. It's weird. It's not a card I'm used to playing with yet. Drawing, I think we're not doing anything this turn. We're drawing a fish and then not getting anything out of it. Surprised they did not save the bauble till next turn. So what we are really looking to do is be able to steal this thing with Archmage's Charm. We're going to play this Mimic. Okay, well, that's not terrible. Yeah, I think what we really like to be able to do is take control of it with this. Because it answers it on the board and then forces them to use their own removal on it. That's less than great. All right. Well, another Aether Vial is definitely not good here. This is definitely. I think this is a match where we're probably wanting. I think we want the Ancestral Visions. So this looks to be a Jund deck. Yeah, they're playing. All right. This is this. I can't put the Silvergill out yet because of the Wrenn and 6. So if I want to play this, I have to wait till the end step. End step, I will put Silvergill in, try to draw that land. But I don't want them to just ping this away. I want at least a chance to like do something with it. Maybe attack Wrenn and 6. Maybe even finds like a Lord. All right. I need to draw this card right now. Okay, well that does turn on the Archmage's Charm. So here, I think I want to leave. All right, I think we want to go 1 and 2. So we could draw a 3-drop, but I think keeping Harbinger up matters more. That's not bad. So now if they like try to Wrenn and 6 this thing, okay, so here's what I can do. I can attack Wrenn and 6. If they block with Dragon's Rage Channeler, I'll just put. I could put Master in play. Oh, I guess that it's only really terrible if they have 2 removal spells. Or I could just steal this thing here. If I take it now and attack this, then yeah, it doesn't really matter what they're gonna have to use removal on it, and then if they try to kill Silvergill, Master can protect it at least from the Wrenn and 6. I kind of get the impression the correct thing to do is steal this and then attack Wrenn and 6. Because then no matter what, they have to use removal on something. It's I guess what could happen is maybe they use like Fatal Push on Silvergill Adept though, and then just ping the Dragon's Rage Channeler. Because I don't. This is another problem. I don't have a way to actually protect this from the Wrenn and 6 either. If I put the Master out and I try to go after it this way, I'm kind of losing if they have 2 removal spells. It's not really a 2-for-1. Like, I guess the problem is if they have like 1 removal spell, they just kill Silvergill Adept, and then Wrenn and 6 guaranteed kills their creature. Alright, I guess we'll try it. No, but they might use like, the Master's not going to pump this thing up. They'll use Fatal Push in the Silvergill. I don't think they're going to ping the Silvergill. I think they're going to try to ping the Rage Channeler. But Renan's already getting out, like, it's ticking up very quickly. I need to, like, start doing something about it because they're gonna get this to a point where they can just start recasting bolts like every turn. This is kind of what I thought was gonna happen. They're just gonna bolt Silvergill here, and they're gonna have to down tick Renin 6 on this thing. Okay, I can't protect it from bolt. So I mean, the only plus side is that it does mean that if they want to kill the channeler now, they have to ping this instead of ticking it up. Still not great. Like, there really wasn't a good way to deal with it. Yeah, I knew this was gonna happen. There's the Urza Saga. And we don't have a lot of good options against it. Like, this is a problem. Like, what am I supposed to do here? I don't think putting a creature out here is gonna help me. No matter, like, this thing is, yeah, dangerous, and I don't think I Vial here. I think I have to keep these at the moment. We want to... I think we just keep them both on 2. Well, that's welcome. So I guess what we really want is for them to tap out trying to kill Svyelun so we can get them with the 2 fish off the vials. Svyelun was definitely a good draw. So they're down to 3 cards. This thing being at 4 is a lot more manageable than it being at 6. This thing's going to have to attack, so they're not going to have a good way to protect Renin 6. There we go. I gotta replace this chair. It squeaks way too much. It's old. Alright, come on, opponent. What are you doing here? So, like, what are they gonna do? Colligan's command, destroy Aether Vial. It's not great. I guess we put Master of the Pearl Trident in play. Yeah, I'm not terribly happy about that, but it can also keep Harbinger up. I don't know if I might not actually use the Harbinger though. It might just be better to threaten to use it. Because if I kind of want them to tap out for a removal spell first. So right now, I guess they could kill Svyelun with something. Okay, well now I don't have a choice. I have to activate this. Okay, well, Svyelun is indestructible now. They lose 2 life to take nothing. This thing has to attack. So I guess if they have, like, what, a bolt in hand, that's not terrible. They can still bolt this. What are they doing here? Oh, they return snow-covered forest. So this one has to attack. This one they get to keep back as a blocker. And they get to make a construct with Saga. This is going to be bad because they can get Shadow Spear, and then things are going to get out of control. So we're kind of praying that we draw something relevant. I think we're going to keep the Vial on 2. I think that, like, Tulio like to tick Vial up to 4 a lot here. But we've already gone, like, we only have 2 subtleties left. We can't exactly, like, Vial in another Svyelun at the moment, so 2 is probably the best number to keep it on. Like, we could draw something like Glasspool, but we can at least cast it if we do. But if we get, like, say, Silvergill Adept, then the only way we can put it into play is with Vial on 2 anyway. So it's the greatest number of things that we could actually use next turn if we keep this on here. I do have Mimics, but I can actually cast Mimic if I need to, and there's only 3 of them. Well, that's not nothing. That is Benthic Biomancer here. So I think what I actually need to do here, I think I have to play Benthic Biomancer, so that way we're playing around a removal spell, because then Svyelun can attack probably... They have Lightning Bolt in the graveyard, so I kind of want to attack Wrenn and 6. We do need to swing, but I'm thinking I have to play the Benthic first, so that way Svyelun does not lose Indestructible. Because they might have some removal spell in hand. I don't think that I can, like, that. Yeah, if they have, like, say, Fatal Push, they'll kill the Master, pay the Ward, and then I won't have 3 fishies to keep this alive. Alright, so this is a little bit better. So now the question is, do I attack them or do I attack Wrenn and 6? Let's see. And the question is not if Svyelun's attacking, I think it's where it's attacking. We have to race them too, but they can definitely block with something. It's just a matter of what are they going to block with. So we're probably getting attacked for at least... Yeah, they're going to, I assume, get Shadow Spear. Then they can put it on a Rage Channeler, and it's going to have a hard time racing that. It might just be best to attack them, because I think by the time Wrenn and 6 ultimates, the game is going to be over anyway. See, this is the thing. Because of the Urza Saga, I don't actually know if attacking Wrenn and 6 does anything. So it'll go up to 6, then 7. So it would take them 3 turns. Even if I get Archmage's Charm right now, I can't cast it this turn. The best I could do is if I draw, like, a land, I could loot it away with Biomancer to try to find, like, a Merfolk Trickster or something. And they're gonna, if they get Shadow Spear, they're gonna gain 4 life a turn, so they're gonna go up to 16. And I think that if they start gaining 4 life a turn in the air while attacking us for 7 in the air, I don't think the game's gonna go another 3 turns. So I think that I have to attack them. So I think at this point, I think they're, like, the only way we can potentially, I think, beat them is if we attack their face now. We have to try to race. Well, there's the Archmage's Charm, so it's not nothing. They might just block with the Construct here. They could just take it to the face, too, because they know they're going to gain it back next turn. Okay, well, they're protecting their life total. Well, the Charm is not bad. So if they try to make me discard something, I can discard the Oboro in response. So we did get the charm, so this is pretty interesting. They're going to make a construct here. Yeah, they don't have Culligan's command up, so they can't make us instant speed discard this. We can adapt Benthic, but what are we going to get that's better than Charm? I guess the only thing is we're going to make it a 3/3. That's it. Because I think we're going to need this Charm. So we're going to want to steal something. I'm sure of it. Because, okay, so here's the thing. We get Shadow Spear and put it on Svyelun, and then we can maybe attack Ren in 6, like, before, like, it'll go to 6 this turn, it'll go to 7 next turn, but then we'll be able, yeah, we'll be able to actually, like, attack it with Trample first. Yeah, they're gonna get Saga back. Did they play a land already? I think that's a mistake if they did. Why would you play Snow-Covered Swamp instead of the Urza Saga? That's gotta be a punt. Yeah, this is not gonna be great. We're taking 7 in the air. There's nothing I can do about that. We're gonna take another 7 next turn, and then so like a lightning bolt could actually kill us here. Have to discard the Tide Shaper. Oh, you know what? Okay, so here's a thing. Wait, could we actually just like we're close to killing them. Yeah, what do we got here? That's 12. Oh, fuck, if we draw a Lord, we can actually steal the construct and win. So I think we're gonna keep this on 2 because we have what 5 Lords we can draw. No, I think adapting does make sense just to get the power up. Well, my plan is to steal the spear. Okay, I think this means we win because they can't actually fatal push anything. So right now we currently have 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So what we do is we Archmage's Charm, steal the construct token, Violin Master, attack with everything, we win. Like, what are they gonna do? They can't do anything. They only have 1 mana, and this isn't actually. Yeah, we're not enabling anything here. So this works. Archmage's Charm actually just won this game. That was pretty balling, or pretty baller. All right. This is definitely the match where we want this card. I don't think, yeah, we want Aether Vial against a Culligan's command deck. Here, Relic of Progenitus also looks good. Yeah, no, the adapt did matter, and that was like one of the reasons I was thinking, like, do we adapt here? Because I think that the answer was yes for that. Gonna say maybe Benthic Biomancer comes out for the 2 relics. Well, the thing is, Archmage's Charm gives you there's a lot of text in the card, so there's a lot of utility to it. So if you can play it, like, it's really powerful because it can do a lot of things. You have a lot of lines of play with the card, and that's definitely one of the strengths to it. For sure. So now my question has to be like, so definitely we want the Ancestrals out over this. I think Benthic is not that great, but I think Relic is probably a little bit better because Relic is going to undermine stuff like Tarmogoyf It'll undermine Channeler. It'll also help undermine Ren and 6. The only other card like Skydiver maybe, because they do have spears, but I don't think it's that important. And also Brazen Borrower is also potentially a consideration here, but I don't think it's that important either. Like honestly, I think all the other cards are fine. Even Subtlety in the worst case is a 3/3 with flying, but it also stops us from like dying to Monkey in turn 1, so maybe we have to keep that. I don't think there's much I want to change. Like Harbinger, it's probably okay. I don't know. There's definitely an argument for Borrower over Harbinger here. Like Svyelun is great. Like there's just a lot of cards I don't think we can really afford to take out. The only reason I might want to consider Borrower is just because it's easier to cast it at flash speed. Like there's definitely an argument this is better than Harbinger here. Like this card is a little bit clunky, I think, against this deck. Because the things you're gonna bounce are only like 1 mana. And it's cost 4 to do it, so I think I'm gonna bring in the Borrowers instead. The Lords are not great, but I think you still need them. Maybe there's an argument to side out like Lord of Atlantis or something. Fuck. All right. It's not actually that bad. Okay, so here's what's gonna happen. Like, if they thought seize us, we can still play like Glasspool. Like they take Vision, we can still play Mimic, and we have a curve that does stuff. If they don't, then I probably just suspend Vision and hope that gets them. So I think this is a hand where we keep, because suspending this on turn 1 is kind of where we want to be. You really like Skydiver. I don't know if I really believe in it as much as you do. Alright. So do they have Bobble or not? They do. There's nothing I can do about it. They have like turn 1 Channeler with Bobble. It is what it is. I don't have a good way to deal with this thing at the moment. So I think the thing is Skydiver is more for the Hammer Time matchup, because we absolutely need help with that. And like there's a lot of turns where if you can just survive to like untap with Skydiver and steal like their hammer or their spear, it turns like a losing board state into like potentially a winning one. All right, so we are going to get to suspend Vision. That's not exactly what I was hoping to see here, but let's hope that this is enough. We'll have tons of cards. We have to have them fast enough. That's all. Because Channeler in turn 1 is a very good start for their deck. Honestly, any time they play creature in turn 1, that's bad. It's one of the problems like I have with Merfolk. We don't have good removal. The only like good removal spell we've ever played is Dismember, and it is fucking terrible with Luris. And this is also not great because now Shadow Spear is going to come out with this. Oh, fuck. It's going to be hard to deal with. I would really like an island right now. Then I can... Okay, well that does help. I guess we just pass. If they try to equip and attack with the Channeler, then maybe we can just kill it with Trickster. The problem, though, like I was gonna say, like the only good removal spell we have is Dismember, which hurts us. But like because of this asshole, like Dismember just is not good enough. So it's really hard to fight these decks now because we don't have removal that sticks. They put a Tarmogoyf in the graveyard. So they have artifact, creature, sorcery, and they just need to find like instant. And if they have like an unholy heat or something, they will find it. Really, what I would like to see them do is equip Shadow Spear here and attack, so I can just trade the Trickster with it. Yeah, Hector. I'm trying to grow it out. I want to see what it looks when it gets long. I have never really let it grow this long. It's been about a month or so. It's getting there. Interesting. I feel like I don't want to actually. I don't think I want to Trickster this right now. Because if they're just gonna cast like Unholy Heat, kill the Trickster. Now I'm getting it to well. No, it's not gonna. I'll still only take one. All right, I guess I have. All right, I have to do this. That's fine. Because it'll take away its ability, so I still get smacked for one, but it does give them a target for removal. All right, if they have like a bolt or an Unholy Heat, so be it. It'll be okay. The thing is, if they don't have it, like it's great, but sure. It does take a while, yeah. But it's hard to learn how to live with a beard when you have been like shaving for so long. I only ever like let my goatee grow out. Yeah, I have to use the mana. That's right. Like, there's not really an alternative. Fuck me. All right. Again, this thing's on. We have to cast as many of these cards as we can. We're gonna play this, and we're gonna play the Master Pass, and then hopefully just play Svyelun, and then draw a bunch of cards of the turn afterwards. Like, I can't not play this. It would be really cool if I could get, like, Archmage's Charm. But I have to make sure that when I'm like, I don't want to discard stuff off of this. I want to make sure that I actually can play all the cards that I cast off of it. So yeah, but we have to play the Glasspool and try to draw enough mana so we can cast all this nonsense. I can't block. They didn't equip. That means maybe Renin 6 is on the way. Or Tarmogoyf. One of the two. Probably Tarmogoyf, I would say. Yeah, there we go. See? Called it. Alright, there we go. We have one. So next turn, we're drawing a bajillion cards. Oh, well, would you look at that? So, alright, we have some options right now. um, I think I need to steal their fucking Shadow Spear. Like, what? I can't let them have this, right? Like, if they equip it, like, that's so bad. But the chances are, because I'm going to get this next turn, I should be able to draw a land and a 2-drop to play, and then also equip this to something. That's my hope. I'm going to get smacked for a lot of damage here, but I think the problem is if I let them have the Shadow Spear, like, that's... Well, okay, so it's not a get-out-of-jail-free card just yet, alright? This is what I was saying. There's a lot of options with this. Taking the Dragon's Rage Channeler means like they can just use a removal spell on this thing. I mean, I could take it during their upkeep or something. But it's only going to be a 1-1 on our side. And the problem is, I'm not sure that I want to let them have Tarmogoyf plus Shadow Spear. That's... Yeah, because Svyelun will never be able to block any of this nonsense then. I could play Svyelun, but then if I do that, they'll probably just equip this Shadow Spear to this Dragon's Rage Channeler. What else? What could happen here? What if I let them equip the fucking Channeler and then steal it? They don't have enough mana to re-equip it right away. I mean, the Skydiver does look like it'd be really good here, but all right, I think I know what we're doing. I think we're gonna let them try to equip the Shadow Spear. See if they equip it to the Rage Channeler. I think they're gonna equip it to the Tarmogoyf, though. That would be my guess. Because this thing already has evasion. I think they would rather give this trample to get more damage in, and it's bigger anyway, so the chances that we're gonna get both of these things is probably very low. So then how how do we end up stealing this? If I take Shadow Spear, I'm basically just taking 7 damage. I'll go to 8. Then my turn. Hopefully I can use this spear somehow profitably. Alright, I think I could just take this and just chump block this thing and just let their creature die. I don't know if that's the best way to do it. I think that this might be better. I'm going to steal this thing. Alright, I'm just pass. I can't let them give the Tarmogoyf trample. That's the problem. I do think the lifelink will give us... Yeah, I agree. It gives us a chance at fighting back here. This card is super fucking complicated to play. And I mean, this Vision's going to help it. We're going to get to draw 4 cards next turn, so that's not nothing. The opponent has 4 cards right now, so I'm assuming they probably have, Culligan's Command in hand. Where now, if they want to use K-Command, they can probably blow up Shadow Spear and Master the Pearl Trident attack for 7. That's kind of bad for us. Alright, Unholy Heat, sure. If I didn't counter this, then obviously I don't have anything, so we just F6 here. I guess I could have Subtlety. They don't actually know that. Alright. Yeah, you have to attack with both of these. They're keeping... What is this, Assassin's Trophy mana? That's dangerous. Alright, well... I think Harbinger would be, a really good draw right now. I would love to cast this and targeting myself. Oh, fuck me. I did not draw the land. Yikes. I drew a 3rd Svyelun and no fucking lands to actually get to 4 here. That's a problem. Because we're going to go to 1 next turn and possibly, any burn spell can kill us. Alright, well, I don't think I have a choice. I have to play Svyelun. Yeah, I know. What are the odds? We draw 4 cards and, not one of them's a land. Okay, that doesn't kill us yet, but I think that's close. Actually, I think it does kill us because there's again that we don't. If we draw Harbinger, then maybe. But if they're just casting Ren and 6, we're dead. Oh, that works. All right, you got it. I can't. I don't have the mana to put the equipment on it. It's equipped too. All right, you know what? We're gonna take out the Lord of Atlantis. We'll bring in 2 Skydivers, just for you. Let's go. We're on the play. So, yeah, on the play, let's see how this goes. These games are long and grindy. But that's to be expected. This is meant for long, grindy stuff. Alright. I choose to play first. This seems great. I think here we just suspend this in turn 1. So... Alright, pass. We have the Skydiver, so, you know, if they do play their Shadow Spear, it would be awesome. We will take some damage from the Grove, which is not awesome, but at least we have mana to cast spells. Playing the Bauble first means they don't have Channeler in hand, I assume. Or maybe it could also be that their hand is really land light and they want to know whether they should fetch or not. I'm guessing they probably don't have a 1-drop, because if they, like, there's not really a point to doing this first unless they're not going to cast anything. What's also really cool, I guess, is... Alright, well, sure, you can Thought Seize me. That's fine. I think that they probably take Silvergill Adept. But it is cool, like, if this thing steals, like, Shadow Spear, and even if they kill the Skydiver, we still control it. They don't get it back. I don't know how I feel about this yet. It's... I think that I like it better than the traditional build, but I'm still not in love with it, because it's... I don't know. It seems like very radically different than what I'm used to playing. Maybe it's just... Maybe I just have to, like, get used to this, but... I think more the problem is that I don't particularly enjoy a lot of the decks that we're playing against. Not necessarily that I have a problem with our deck. These are fun cards to cast, so I didn't think that I was going to like Subtlety or Charm as much. And when we get to decks like Blue-White Control, then we might be a little bit less high on it because we won't have Cavern of Souls. Well, that is very fucking bold to just take Master of the Pearl Trident. Alright, well, there's no Ren in 6 in turn 2, so jamming Silvergill Adept is basically free. Well, that's great. They know what's in my hand, so let's just show them. So here we just want to land so we can have this in turn 3. The Charm, but we don't have the mana to cast it right now. Okay, oh, they're just Thought Seizing me again. You should have absolutely fucking Thought Seized Silvergill Adept. There is no way that you don't take this card. I think they have to take Charm now. Like, it's close between these two, but I think you need to take Charm. Like, that's my assessment here. Yeah, the Master's the one that, like, does the least on this board. They're also down to under 5 minutes here, so there's a very real chance that we can just grind them into infinity. And remember, we still have Ancestral Vision counting down, so all these Thought Seizes are pathetically terrible against this. We're going to draw 3 cards with this, and they're wasting their time and their life just on stupid Thought Seizes that aren't going to accomplish anything. So I think we will attack first. I think I'm going to actually go after their mountain. Force them to deal with a Tide Shaper. I assume that they'll probably have more red spells to cast than they will black spells, so they'll have to kill this thing right now. Sure. I don't think I want to cast the other one right now. Well, they could dash a monkey. That's worth noting. So, you know, I am actually going to cast it just to hedge against Dash Ragavan. Because, like I said, because I also have Vision coming online, like, in 2 turns, I don't have to worry too much about card advantage. Just cast the cards. We'll have a bajillion more cards to cast. So now, if they want Monkey to connect, they actually have to have another removal spell plus Ragavan. So, well, there's a Ren in 6. All right, that's not great. I don't think I actually want to do anything with this. I'm pretty sure I'm going to hold the Skydiver in hand. If they want to waste their fucking Ren and 6 to kill this Tide Shaper, be my guest. Sure. Oh no, they're killing Skydiver. Alright, that's fine. It's not that important. I'm keeping the 4 lands here because I want to be able to cast all the spells I draw off of this thing. It's not bad, actually. Sure. This is actually really cool because if they, like, cast a creature, I can just Subtlety it, like, for 4 mana. Okay. No, they just put Lurrus in hand. So, you know what? With that in mind, I'm just going to bounce the Ren and 6 and then play the Borrower. Because then I can just cast the Subtlety on the Ren and 6. Alright, now is where, like, this card is really going to shine, because we have a ton of mana to do whatever we want here. You know what? That Ancestral Vision's really looking pretty fucking sweet right now. Nope, nope, get over here. Yeah, we're not letting you do that. Oh, that is terrible. You are so fucked. That ain't doing dink. They're at 2 minutes and 30 seconds left with, you know, they're dead in 2 attacks here. We'll draw a card here. Oh, that's not bad. What are you gonna do? You're gonna unholy heat this thing? Sure. I think I crack the Grove now. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. I mean, I can just mimic this thing. Like, Ren and 6 can kill one of them, but the other one's still going to be a thing. I could bounce and play the second Borrower, but I think while they're tapped out, I'm just going to mimic and copy Borrower. Because Ren and 6 is going to come down and kill one of them. They're going to go to... But then, you know, I still have, you know, 2 Borrowers in play, so... like, this is still fine. And then I still have the backup one here to try to flash in at the end of turn, next turn. They're running low on life and resources here. So Ren and 6 can come out and kill one of these, but that was expected. Sure. Oh, they have Pyrite Spellbomb. That's good. Alright. That's actually fantastic, because that can actually kill a Borrower here. I can at least force them to use it, so... I don't think the game is going to go long enough for this to matter, but... Alright, let's force them to use the Spell Bomb. Yeah, I thought so. I think this turn I'm just going to bounce the Tarmogoyf. They're playing with fire. What do you got here for 3 mana? Oh, they're going to play Lurrus. Sure, I guess. Oh, they can loop the Pyrite Spellbomb. That's an option. I can't stop that. Yeah. Damn it. Can we live long enough? Oh, that's fantastic. Let's get this shit out of here right now. So the Tarmogoyf is really weak at the moment. Interesting. Okay, they're at 16 seconds left. Okay, we actually have to draw something right now because we're in danger here. I think the Tarmogoyf actually can do something at the moment. Like, they have lethal in play. Alright, come on. We need something. Don't get us this close and then fail us. That might do it. I can just trickster the... I think I have to trickster the Tarmogoyf. No, okay, no. Okay, I can't do that. I have to trickster the Lurrus. And here's the reason why. Because they're going to ping me with this one, put me to 4, attack with Lurrus, and then recast the Wrenn in 6. So on their upkeep, I have to trickster the Lurrus. So they can't cast this from their graveyard, and then I have a blocker for Tarmogoyf. Because otherwise I'm actually dead. I need them to not have anything here. Alright, it doesn't matter. They ran out of time. Alright, we got there. You know what? We'll take it. Fuck it. It was close. I don't know what their cards were, but... Yeah, we needed to survive like 2 more turns. They like really came close at the end to just turning the corner, but didn't play fast enough, so we got that one. Fucking Ancestral Vision's grindy as hell. It's an interesting card. Alright. Maybe having the Skydiver in game 2 could have helped. So we might have to just start going with that strategy. Urza Saga sucks, so we just might have to have Skydiver against all of those decks. I still, like, there's just so many cards I can't believe that they actually put into this format. But whatever, it's fine. This league is going to take forever. We've completed 2 matches in an hour and like 20 minutes. But they've like at least that one was really exciting. Like it came down to the end. All right, come on, Magic, let's go. I don't want to do this like until midnight. It would be nice if we could actually get more games in. Yeah, I don't know if the I don't know what we like. There probably wasn't a lot we could do in the first round. I think, yeah, even if we had played correctly with that, it probably would have not been great. But definitely, it looks like Jund is definitely back to how it used to be, where it's really grindy and intensive between both sides now. They may have their Luris, but we have our visions to counter it. You have advantage, well, so do we. We'll take out the vials and just bring in like draw threes. It really seemed like it had to have been a mistake for them to not take the Silvergill Adept, right? Taking the Lord was just, it seems like a terrible choice. You don't want to let me draw more cards. That's just never good. Chat, are you excited? Like, how did you feel about that game? Do you think that one was it boring? You know, never want to see that again, or do you think it was like exciting, edge of your seat stuff? All right, here we go. We're round 3. We're on the draw. We're up against a Yorion deck. So, I mean, this hand's fine. I guess we'll keep this. What's up, Merfolk Joe? We just had a game go to time where we beat Jund because they ran out of time at the end, so it was ridiculous. We are playing up against Yorion right now, and they are on a mold of 5. I think our hand is reasonable. Okay, so maybe control. Well, and probably this Aether Vial is going to be good, because if this is a control deck, then we're happy to see Vial. 1 land? Are you shitting me? They kept a 1 land hand? How? Why? No, you can't keep this. Oh, that... Now I almost feel bad. Guess I'll show him Svyelun. I don't feel bad, though, because they're playing a companion, and companions are the devil. Alright, yeah, I don't really... I guess I could have played the Tide Shaper there, but I don't feel like I want to waste it here. Let's put this out first, just to ensure they don't have, like, Path to Exile. Alright, now I can safely put out a Master of the Pearl Trident. Like, the worst they can do from here is just draw a land in Prismatic Ending. I guess... No, they can Solitude... No, this is... Okay, no, they can Solitude something. They can pay for this. They're going to Solitude that. Oh, they have Ephemerate. Okay, that's dumb. Alright, never mind. They had it all the whole time. You know what? That was brutal. Maybe... They did keep a 1 land hand. Alright. And now they're just going to Solitude me again. That's disgusting. We just lost 3 creatures to this fucking Solitude. God damn it. Can't. How is this like my life? Oh no. And they found a fetch land now. That was absolutely fucking disgusting. No, it is not okay. We'll keep the vial up here. Actually, we're going to play this one. I think they probably know not to get an island. How, oh my god, we lost 3 creatures to that. That was just gross. I think next turn we'll probably tick this up to 3, but I think this turn I don't want to do that. Oh, they're playing Esper Reanimator. Okay, that's disgusting. Oh my god, their last card was another Ephemerate! How? How are you? How is this your life? You mulled to 5 and kept a 1-land hand. This game is fucking disgusting. Why would they print this? Oh no. Alright, here's what's gonna happen. Let's do this before anything else bad happens. I guess I'm gonna keep this in case they try. Fuck. That had to. I had. This also had to be. They're not recasting this thing. They're just exiling. No, I just realized that because it doesn't let they don't cast it again. They just blink it, so the subtlety's not doing anything. That's my fault. I screwed that up. Yeah, I did. Okay, there's Unmarked Grave. So, this probably means that they're going to put Unburial Rites here. No, they put the Archon of Cruelty. That's terrible. Ugh, this is awful. What am I doing? Alright. No, we're not going to vial it in. I'm going to turn off their black mana. Wait here. They can flash this back, which is not amazing. That's not ideal, but I think they're going to. I think I just vial and subtlety. This thing doesn't have flying, so I can attack them for 6 at least. Alright. No and no. That's helpful, actually. They do have an island, so there's that. We can use Benthic next turn to adapt and find something to vial in. Alright, let's just hope they don't have a reanimation spell. We found a land. Does this mean they have... Did they find it? It looks like they may have. No, they're just getting Urion. They're just gonna blink fucking Urion. Which means Master's going bye-bye. I have so much life, but it doesn't actually matter. Adapt this thing. Urion does have flying, which is a pain in the ass. So how do we what's gonna happen here? I could just try Trickster. They do have more faithful endings to find here. But I do have the option of like trying to Trickster this thing and just going for it next, trying to like kill them next turn. Things could get bad, though. I don't think they're going to attack. I think they're going to flashback mending. Yeah. Try to find that unburial rights. This just makes me look so bad at this game. I don't know why you discarded this. Like, don't you need that to reanimate your Archon? That's not ideal. You have this land to cast it too. I think at this point I'm just going to swing into the Solitude. I have to. If they block, that's actually fine. That's not bad either. They have one more faithful, or oh, they can unearth this thing. Fuck. Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, I forgot this thing has unearthed, but okay, so I guess that was fine, and there was nothing I could do about that. So a Trickster is going away. Oh fuck, I didn't. It's discard a card. Like, this is the problem. I don't know all these cards because I just fucking haven't been playing Modern forever. I should have just played this on the fucking Urion and just been happy with that, but no, I keep forgetting that, like, the rule of Modern Horizons is that there is never an end to the amount of text in the card. Like, you think that it does 3 things and it actually does 5. This really feels like a game that I had every right to win, now, like, it's lost. There was no excuse for losing this one. Like, I should have fucking murdered him, but, like, I gave him every opportunity in the world to actually come back in it. I think I need Force. I don't think Subtlety is actually very good here. No, I think that we have to take Subtlety out for this. We need Relic. What comes out here? I think Borrower is also fine. I think Benthic comes out. I don't think I want Harbinger. I think I'd rather have Borrower. Yeah, that was just a pathetic display. I'm sorry. I owe everyone an apology for that. I don't think I could have screwed that game up any harder if I tried. And it really did look like I was trying. All right, come on. Like, this should be very, very winnable. This hand isn't. This one is more winnable. I guess I just put a vial in the bottom. Well, they mulled to 5. All right, that's a plus. This means we actually get to do something. I will probably just vial in a Tide Shaper. I kind of feel like I should just vial in the other one. They do play with 3 fairy. I'm going to tick this up, but I think I'm going to put the other Tide Shaper in play. See, that's good. You know what? Maybe I didn't need to. I'm just thinking if I want to, like, potentially tick it up next turn as well to 3 in case I draw, like, Svyelun or something. Ticking it up to 3 is not bad. Like, I do have a lot of 3s, and I don't know, but now I have a lot of reason to not play anything, so I do think I'm going to tick it up. Look, I find it highly unlikely that they're going to resolve something here. They very specifically did not get blue mana. Okay. So they're evoking a Muldrifter. They have 4 cards in hand. I think... Do we just let them draw 2 cards? I kind of feel like we should. Maybe we just let them... Yeah, I think we let them draw 2, and I think we might want to just draw 2 cards with Archmage's Charm. Like, I kind of feel like we need to draw 2 with this. Because we still have Force up. Like, yeah, I think that this is fine. Alright. Alright, I am going to tick this up. Well, naturally that would be the case. Okay. So, I could play the Lord here, or I could just crack the Grove and see if I draw a blue card. I think I want to do that. That's great. Okay. Alright, look, it all worked out in the end. It's fine. I don't think they're gonna beat that. Like, I don't know. If they can find maybe like a Supreme Verdict, they could come back, but I think that's exactly what it would take. Unmarked Grave, huh? What card are you going to put in your graveyard that's going to make any difference right now? I feel like there's not a card that's going to matter. Like, if you persist, then I just force it. Yeah, you might be right, because if they do have persist, like, I think it is better to... You could be right. It's counter this. Let's not let them put something in the graveyard. Like, now, I don't know how they're... Like, maybe if they have Prismatic Ending, they buy themselves a turn. Oh, that's not doing... Like, that's a concession. It doesn't matter. Like, even if you block Silvergill Adept, I still kill you. No, I guess they could have Solitude still. That's a thing. Alright, I have to be concerned about Solitude. They do. Well, I still think we had to go for it, but... Fuck, once again, like, this is a problem. Alright, well, whatever. They're at 4. This is... Picking this up to 3 has not helped me. I guess maybe I wasn't supposed to until I needed to. Well, they can't play an island and just pass. Like, this is still bad. again, like, I'm not used to them just having fucking 0 mana Swords to Plowshares, because this is not a reasonable Magic card to print. I don't like almost every single problem that has ever existed in Magic has been because they print cards that either draw too many cards or make too much mana. It's always 100% like always those things. I don't think I can attack. God damn it. Well, they had the persist, so that was not good. See, this is why I was considering letting them put something in the graveyard first, because if it goes in the graveyard and they use the mana for the persist and we counter it, then they would have actually just died. I mean, I know they have more effects like this, but I think that this might have been a case where countering the persist would have been better. That's not fantastic. Yeah, you're right. Taking Vial up to 3 was poor. Especially because I sided out the... No, wait, no I didn't. No, I did. No, right here. Fuck. Alright. I know that, like, with Subtlety, you're supposed to tick this up more aggressively, and I think I was just in that mindset, but I don't actually have it in my deck, and I didn't have a 3-drop. I didn't need to do this. Alright, this is, and that, like, now we're just not drawing anything. This is bad. Fuck. They have a Muldrifter in their graveyard already. I think they'll just block here. No, I don't think that siding out Subtlety is a mistake. Like, the important thing is not really these. I think the important thing is more the reanimation spells. Like, I don't think there's... It is... No, we have Archmage's Charm to counter it, but... I don't know. I think that we just walked into too many scenarios with it. This feels like something I probably want to force. Like, we're still in a scenario where maybe if we can draw, like, Trickster, this is not too bad. No, even Trickster's not amazing here. We don't have Island Walk. That's a problem. There's no one draw that, like, gets it done here. That's good, but that's not enough. Oh, well, they can't actually use his ability because they're at 3 life. Well, if they have Fatal Push, then they can't use it in my turn. I guess the 2 is not any different than 3, right? They're just hard casting Archon. Yikes. That was fucking brutal. Alright. Don't have Island Walk. They've not played an island the entire time. I have to attack here. We're trying, but it's not great. Probably gonna have to get rid of this Tide Shaper. I'm assuming Urion's just gonna blink this and we'll have to get rid of Silvergill Adept as well. But maybe if we draw another Tide Shaper, then we could potentially turn one of these into an island and win that way. So we would still have enough damage. Non-creature, non-land. That's not good. It's a Fairy Time Raveler. Yikes. I think Tide Shaper, if we can get it, would still do the trick. But otherwise, this is falling away. And, like, this is entirely my fault for letting this happen. I guess the only good thing... No, it's... I don't it's not... What? Like, this is exactly 11? Yeah, if we find the... Now, they can still Solitude away this Svyelun if they have Solitude. No, I feel like, no, this match should... Like, I definitely could have played this a lot better. I gave them way too many opportunities to, like, get me, and it's just because I'm not familiar with the fucking nonsense cards. But, I mean, this is, again, one of the reasons, like, I understand a lot of people enjoy this kind of Modern, but, like, I fucking despise it, so I'm sorry. It is not my cup of tea. The cards have too much text on them, like, that's I don't know. I don't know what to say. That's just how it is. All right. I don't even know like what's gonna happen here. That doesn't do anything. Do they actually have enough to kill us if we draw Trickster? 6, 7, 8. Yeah, they could actually kill us through Trickster, so this doesn't matter. No, well, you know what? I guess we could have drawn a Charm into it, but, like, it's fine. They've drawn, like, a bajillion cards, so it's whatever. It's fucking Solitude. Oh, God, I hate it so much. It could have been if they had literally nothing out of 11 cards. Like, there's no way that they had nothing, because they had a fetch land too, so, like, anything would have actually done it. We are up against another Luris deck. Fantastic. We'll keep this at least, but... I think... I don't know. This... The cards definitely do things, but... I don't know, like... Why is this happening? Like, this is what Modern is. This is... Like, I'm sorry, Tulio, but you are absolutely wrong. This is not going away, ever. This is way too fucking powerful for this to go away. Your Force of Negation in the main deck plan is not going to do anything against Ragavan. So I guess we're going to have to just try to, like, Trickster it and just hope that... Okay, well, fortunately, I don't think they can cast this. Unless they show us that they're going to, like, play Polluted Delta for, like, Watery Grave or something. I would really prefer them not to have a Svyelun this turn. It will not be our monkey. They will 1000% just use a Lightning Bolt on it. Or a Thoughtseize and take away the charm. See? Look. It is not going to be our monkey. This is like the defining card of this entire game right now. And it is amazing to me that it is not banned in like every format that it's legal in. But I do think though that yeah, he was saying on Twitter that like he thinks that the Channeler and Ragavan are going away, and I don't think that that's true. So I think you need to have a very, very good plan for this. And part of the reason that I like Burn at the moment is because I think Burn has a much better plan against these decks. The no, there are ways to fight it. I just don't like Merfolk as the way to fight it. That's all. If you're gonna like Searing Blaze is a much better plan. Oh look what we got. All right, so Svyelun provides, right? Can you still buy the Modern Horizons 2 packs? That explains why it's not banned. Yeah, well, you know, you're probably right. I'm sure that it does, so. Alright, well we have another Trickster. They thought that they're in the clear from this, but hopefully they're not, and hopefully we will get the land and we will try to take the monkey, and my assumption is they're gonna use removal on it, but that's part of the problem is like they can just use Luris to deal with it. I'll wait till the beginning of combat. Surprise. Should Dragon's Rage Channeler get banned? Alright, so the answer to this question is going to be very, very divisive. Because if you're honest, there are a lot of people that like Modern the way it is right now. I am not one of them, but I understand that there are people that do enjoy the format the way it is. That said, my opinion is like these two cards and like Urza's Saga are just obscenely fucking powerful and should not exist in this format. Like that's it's too much. If it were my choice, then like probably all three of those cards would go away. I'm gonna violin the Silvergill Adept here, so that way if I draw the land, I can play the Archmage's Charm this turn. I think, given that, I still have to play the Glasspool Mimic and the Master of the Pearl Trident. They're gonna bolt the Trickster. Okay. You know what? I'm okay if they bolt Trickster. That's fine. Yeah, like, the problem is, like, I definitely think that, like, these cards are just obscenely, ridiculously powerful, but kind of like Contra saying, I don't think it's a fixable problem. And I would like it to be a fixable problem, but I don't think it is. Like, I think the sad reality is you kind of just have to accept that Modern is just like old Modern is dead. It is never coming back. Aaron Forsyth promised us that we were going to get the new rules of Modern like over a year ago, and I don't think we ever got them. So Modern is not a turn 4 format. It's like a turn 2 format, because if you can't answer this in turn 2, you're probably losing. That's not good. At least we get to keep one charm, but no, the thing is, the format is just going to be defined by Modern Horizons cards, because there are so many cards from the last year or two that are just like obscenely powerful that they're going to dominate everything that they're a part of just because of their power level. So it's you'd have to ban like 15 cards to try to get it to a point where things are actually balanced, and that's not going to happen. So there is no way on this green earth that is going to happen. So yeah, I think like a lot of these cards are just here to stay. I don't know like how you can reasonably just ban like 3 cards and expect that it's somehow going to get better. Because even stuff like Expressive Iteration and like Murktide like are still also very, powerful too. So I don't know where you stop. Like maybe, you know, you ban like these two, and all of a sudden like Asmo becomes a thing. I don't know what to tell you. Like, yeah, it's hard. I don't know what to say. Like, it's a tough choice. So, well, that's actually pretty good. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna change. So we have some tough choices to make here. I think I could take the monkey right now, but I don't know. Like, do I take it here? I think I want to wait till their end step to do it. I just think I have to not attack right now. Because if I attack, they'll just probably block with the monkey, so I don't really want them to do that. Yeah, so I think round one, I definitely made a mistake in round one, but I think it's... Alright, I have to wait for them to see if they're going to attack here. They are not. Okay. Alright, so I think here I just steal it now and force them to do something. Give me. Because if they don't, like, I'm just going to get super value out of it. Round two, we did manage to beat Jun's Saga, and then round three, I just royally screwed up, so it is what it is. Oh, they let me keep the monkey. Interesting. I'm still going to keep this in two. Interesting. Yep. I think I'll just attack with the Silvergill Adept. No, I got. Okay, so what happens here? They have land. They have land. I could attack with both of these. The problem is like, if I attack with both of them and they surveil either a creature or an artifact into the graveyard, that's a huge problem. I really want to attack with the Ragavan as well. You know what? If I just attack with everything, like, I guess that's fine. Maybe, yeah. I do like this. All right, because like, what are they gonna do? They have a removal spell, so like, they have it. But this does force them to do something right now, and they're gonna have to find a card type to put in the graveyard if they want to like, kill this or something and have this be a 3/3. No, they're hitting Ragavan. That's good. Let's just hope they don't surveil anything important. Like, we don't. Oh fuck! They found the bauble. No, damn it. That's what I was afraid of. Because now they can block like the master. Well, the only good news is I can cast Subtlety. I don't like. I can just let them hit me for 3, but I at least have a 3/3 flying guy to attack them back with. I mean, there is also the option of just holding this until they try to like get Luris. I will let them attack. They don't have a choice. They have to attack. I think honestly, if they put Luris in hand here, I may not cast the Subtlety because I might want to wait until they try to cast Luris because I don't want to let them do that. But if they cast a creature here, then I think I do this. Oh, fuck no. Get that shit out of here. It's going back on top of their deck, and they're not going to be able to kick it again next turn because they had to use the treasure token for it. Benthic can actually adapt and try to find it like a lord or something if I want. I think I'm going to leave this on 2 because my best odds are drawing a 2-drop for this. Um, mean, Grove, I guess, is slightly better because it can become a real card. This is not going to be good for them because they have to attack with this thing. And now, you know, they're going to 4 here. So you have to answer at least one. You have to answer at least 2 creatures to live. So what do they need? They need like Bolt plus play Turok, and we have to not draw anything. So things are looking very good for us. Like they have to Bolt Subtlety and then have a blocker for one of these. So if they just play Turok, they're or was is that the guy? I think yeah. If that's all they had, then they die. So we got him. All right, this is where I think the Ancestral Vision plan comes in. Because this is a Thoughtseize deck that's really grindy. I think we want relics. I don't actually think Benthic is a card that we want here because it's not very strong. Otherwise, I think the other change that we liked here was Borrower over Harbinger. Channeler or Ragavan on turn 1 is just so hard to deal with. Harbinger, especially without the Vial, is going to be a lot harder to stop them. I don't think that... We haven't seen them play Saga. They very much could have it. Okay, if you want to keep Benthic Biomancer, then what is it that you would want to take out instead? You want to take out like 2 Lord of Atlantis and keep in Benthics? I mean, I could do that. Because I think that we've learned that like the Lords are not actually all that good. I do think that we have to keep Subtlety. This card is too important. I think the rest of these are actually like fine cards to have. I feel reasonable about this. You think you'd make any changes? I think I like this the way it is. It's just really weird siding out Lord of Atlantis when we only have 2 of them in the deck. But I think that it's correct that, yeah, like they have to come out. Alright. Let's go. I'm committing to this. We'll say we have lots of choices with this deck, so... Yeah, I mean, I guess we have to do this. We have lands and things to cast with them that can't get us tempo, so... Just hope that they don't start with, like, Ragavan, but if they do, there's nothing we can really do about it, so... There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, Ragavan has entered the... Well, that definitely is a horse of a different color. Yeah, we have 15 people here. It's fun to have people watching this. So I'm not used to this list at all, and like I said, I've having been playing Burn for like the last like 2 leagues that I did. I'm not used to having to pay attention to what the fuck all these stupid Horizons cards do. Most of the time, it's just cast Lightning Bolt, opponent dies. And it doesn't matter what they have on the board. That's one of the reasons I like Burn, because there's a simplicity that just says it doesn't matter how much text your cards have on them, your life total only has 2 digits. Rough. I think that we are discarding Glasspool Mimic. But now we can just Trickster down this Ragavan. The Vision should help us a little bit. That's not bad either. But I think we still need to cast Trickster this turn. We're not quite at Silvergill point yet. Yeah, absolutely not. They just put Luris in hand. Okay, that's reasonable, I guess. I mean, that's gonna be a problem actually, because they can just keep using Luris to recast Kroxa every single turn, which is a way to run us out of cards. I don't have a good way to stop them from doing it either. I guess I could just cast 2 1-drops and just hope that one of them can hold this off, but not drawing a land is not exactly helping our cause here. We have 2 turns left in this. I think I need to play Tideshaper and Biomancer. I could keep Trickstering, but I guess I'm just like... Now, maybe I need to keep these in hand to discard to this dummy. Could also play Silvergill Adept and try to draw a land, but at least just not attack. You know what? I kind of want the land, because if I don't have the lands for when Vision comes out, like, that's a problem. I'll show a Biomancer here. Oh, that's a lot better, actually. We're just gonna hold these back. So if they cast Luris, then I guess I can just use Subtlety and put it back on top of their deck. It does buy us some time until we can get to this Vision plan. Well, they know about Benthic Biomancer, so I think I will be using... I will get rid of it, just so that they don't know what else I have. This actually has some pretty cool utility in their deck, because they're just playing, like, black-red mythics, so... Yeah, they're not attacking here. Why would they do this? Alright, whatever. We'll throw this away. Oh, you know what? It says the... Fuck, I didn't double block it. That's my... I was just looking at this card, and I... Yeah, I even just said it. I needed to double block this thing. What the fuck is wrong with me? Yeah, it's first strike. Fuck. Alright. Damn it. Come on, I know these things. I can't be this bad at this. God. I think... I know. This isn't a particularly... I thought they were just gonna let this die because they wanted to play it with, like, Luris. Like, they wanted to be able to trade with this thing and then just keep dashing it with Luris. That was what I was thinking they were going for. And apparently, no. They were content to just hold on to this right now, so... Alright, next turn I am drawing a bunch of cards. So I think I need to suspend another Ancestral Vision and play this Benthic Biomancer. Because they know about this, but I need to have 2 blockers for Ragavan. They very well could have had removal, that's true. Like, there is also a high chance if I double block, they might just use removal anyway. Well, I can't do much. Like, I have tons of cards, but they're not helping me because I don't have lots of lands. Yeah, I'm sure that they do, and that's part of the problem. Like, this Benthic might just have to trade with it, like, or just die to this thing again, because... I don't know. Well, they can't take the Subtlety here. Yeah, like, I'm sure that they do. What am I gonna do? I don't have an option. They can just take a Trickster here, and they know that Subtlety's coming. Yeah, they did take Trickster. Okay. How is letting them hit me with Ragavan a plan? This one's going off this turn. We're going to draw 4 cards next turn. I don't know. Maybe I have to. I mean, they know what's in my hand, so... Yeah, I'm not... I guess the problem is that it's another card that they're going to have access to. Like, if they, like, rip Svyelun or something, that's really bad for us. No, I think I care about this, too. Like... If... You know what? No. If they cast Subtlety, I can actually subtlety the subtlety. That would be pretty hilarious. I think they're going for it too. I don't think they realize what's going to happen. I can choose to put it on top of my deck. And I am going to do that. Not bad. Oh, you know what? That relic is fucking clutch. That is going to make a huge amount of difference. This is also a good turn to use to subtlety on Luris, maybe. I'm. It could also just be correct to like, if like crack the relic in response to Luris. I kind of want to cast this for, or like, I kind of want to cast Trickster. I can't do both things at the same time. Hmm. Uh, I could attack here. I don't know if attacking is that great. Guess maybe I could attack with Trickster, leave this thing back to block. Because this won't be able to attack me. I'll attack with the Biomancer, actually. You know, my concern is like, what do I do if they cast the Luris? Because I don't want them to cast the Kroxa. So I might have to use the subtlety on the Luris. If like, and that means I'm not going to get to cast it with mana, but that might just be fine. I am kind of concerned that they might have a removal spell, but I guess maybe, I don't know. Maybe I just have to let them use it. They're gonna thought seize me. That's a problem because I have to like trickster this thing now. They're gonna take they're gonna take subtlety, I assume, because then I can't do anything about it. We are ahead on the clock, so that's worth noting. by a fair bit, even though that, like, I think we've, been thinking quite a lot. Yeah, there wasn't a lot I could do about Thoughtseize. I think if they don't have another land, even if they play Luris, I guess they could get their Ragavan back, but that doesn't help them. They already have one in play. They can't play Kroxa this turn. No, they have fucking Rakdos Charm. They blew up my Relic. Alright, well, no, this is a huge problem, because now Luris into Kroxa is a huge, ridiculously massive threat. Like, that's the problem. Like, oh, fuck. I really wanted to be able to crack that next turn. This thing has flying, and damn it. This is not going well. I need to wait like 3 more turns for this, and they already have Luris in hand, and the Kroxa is coming online next turn, because I don't have my Relic now. I guess I have to play Silvergill here. Well, that makes a huge amount of difference. Alright, yeah, you're right, we do have to attack here. So now if they want to go with Kroxa, I can Subtlety it. Yeah, Alright, this could have helped turn this around. This definitely puts us a lot closer to Ancestral Vision. Especially if we can put this back on top, then we have a very good chance of, like, turning the corner here. I'm just concerned that Luris is a problem. Like, fuck. Them having Rakdos Charm was, like, devastating. I didn't even think they would play this card. I would think they'd just use Kolaghan's Command as their graveyard hate. What is this for? Like, how is this the only artifact hate that they bring in against me? They're not attacking with it. I think they should. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I think we do have to block it. No, okay, why am I blocking the monkey here? They can just give it first strike. That's not an option. The Subtlety cannot block this because I don't have enough mana to play this, and I'm gonna absolutely need to use it on this Kroxa. They exiled Island off the top of her deck. No, because they're just gonna give it first strike and then just do this. That's not a plan. That's not getting us there. But I really want them to go for Kroxa here so that this, like, helps me. They have enough mana to go for Kroxa plus Luris. So if they go for Kroxa and then play Luris, I can force them to have to block with Luris. Because we will be attacking for 8 here, so they have to block with Luris. Which means they'll go to... They'll what, take 3 damage? They'll be at 5. Which means we're taking 5 damage. Yeah, we have to do this. I think, though, if we... we're close to, like, actually winning this, so... This one. It's possible. We could get there. Oh, yeah, the Channeler doesn't have +3/+3 and flying anymore. Yeah, so they have to chump block with Luris. Because otherwise this Biomancer just pumps up and kills them. Well, this is an answer to this problem. The problem is Trickster still wouldn't actually kill them here. But this gets us really close. That's fine. Is there anything that I'd want to play right now? Alright, let's see what they do here. So we can crack Grove and then crack Biomancer so we get our pick of what card we want for next turn. I mean, Ancestral Vision seems like it's a really good card here. Yeah, we are going to definitely crack it before we adapt this thing. But they're looking at this. They have no choice. They have to block something. They're going to have to give up Luris, and it's going to be very, very difficult. Because next turn we're drawing 4 cards. So, like, chances are we're going to be wrecking them. They're going to take a bajillion damage. Like, this has to go away. No, they're trying to decide how they're blocking here, but I think they have to block. Like, that's not an option. Like, I guess they're just looking at it and trying to figure out if there's any way to, like, win without blocking. They do have this Den of the Bugbear, so that's 3, 4, 5, 6 damage. So we do have to be kind of cognizant of that. If they can find a way to put like a land in the graveyard, this could actually kill me. I think if they find a fetch land, we could actually die. Because then this will become a 3/3. They'd have exactly 8 damage here. This does get rid of this. So I guess what we're doing here, I don't have a choice. I have to do it like this. We've already cast this die, so. Oh fuck. All right, so here's the problem. If they can put a land in the graveyard, we're dead. Or if they find like a lightning bolt. Because they need 1, 2, 3, 4. No, okay, no. They need. If they find a fetch land, we lose. Like that, a fetch land kills us. But it has to be a land because they're gonna have instant sorcery creature, so or like a Mishra's Bauble. We lose to that. But I have to kill this thing. I don't have a choice. Out of all of these, no, I guess the problem was like bouncing Luris doesn't really do anything though, because we're still dead next turn anyway. It doesn't actually kill them. Yeah, if they find the fetch land, I think it doesn't matter whether we bounce Luris or not. They have to attack with everything or they're dead. I think. However, they're gonna go to 11 and take 6. They're gonna be at 5. They'll probably leave back blocker, so we are gonna draw a bajillion cards. I think that we're gonna keep the borrower. No. Oh, you know what? That was a good point. Like if we bounce the Luris, yeah. I kept the borrower. You know what? Okay, I like that because yeah, maybe if I bounce the Luris, then you're right because that would have made it a lot harder because they would need to get 2 things in there. So yeah, that could have been a mistake. So basically, if they can find like a lightning bolt, or no, or they land plus like lightning bolt would do it. They're just inquisitioning me to surveil. So if they surveil a land, that's it. Because they played a land for turn, I think. No, they didn't. They didn't play a land, right? No, never. They had the land, so They left a card on top, so it's not a land. They take my borrower. However, it means I think if they attack me, it's actually dangerous. They don't have the Lurrus anymore. It is gone forever, so theoretically, like, this Visions can grind them. So we're gonna draw 4 cards. If they didn't surveil that, and if they had a fetch land, they would just jam it right now. I can't block this, obviously. Archmage's Charm, they cannot cast that. They have this Den of the Bugbear. Oh fuck, you know what I didn't calculate? They have it, they makes an extra 1/1. Oh god, that's important. Need to pay attention to that. Yikes. Alright. Is this game... I think it is... Where are we at here? We're on turn 8 here. Oh god, there's so many things that happen in this game. Yeah, I guess this is game 2. Alright, whatever. Well, we're winning on time, so... Our opponent is playing a lot slower than we are, so... That's pretty baller. How best to use this? Oh shit. We might be able to take this Dragon's Rage Channeler. So we have, what is creature, artifact, land, and we'll have instant. So we will have Delirium for this thing if we take it. Yeah, I think we should. I know, because the thing is, if we steal the Dragon's Rage Channeler, it actually is... well, and we have Sorcery, too. This is actually going to be a 3/3 on our side. So, I think we just wait till combat and then take the Channeler. I guess the only other question is, do I want to play the... I think I play the Grove. I don't want to attack just yet. Yeah, we'll just pass. We'll steal it on their turn, and then we'll put them in a really bad position because we're going to have a Rage Channeler. Alright, what's going on here? I don't like this. It's too much mana. They might be activating the Den. They have 1 card, yes. Culligan's Command. Return... Okay, returning Lurrus, putting Culligan, and killing off my Trickster. Ah, fuck. Alright. I guess let's let them surveil first. I can counter it. Let's see. They put Inquisition in the graveyard. I think I have to counter. I can't let them have fucking Lurrus back. Like, that's too much. It's so tempting to just take this Rage Channeler, though, because if I just let them take the Trickster, like, it doesn't matter that much, because I'm taking a 3/3 from them, but they do get Lurrus back. I have Delirium, yes. They currently do not. The problem is they also do have, like, Ragavan in the graveyard. It's not quite GG, because they'll have a Lurrus in the ground to block with to gain life. That's kind of a problem. They do have a Ragavan, but that's it, so... Yeah, I think I have to. I guess my only concern is like if this channeler ever actually attacks me, I'm in trouble. They can't activate the den yet though. Like this is a huge problem like too because this card like at any given point represents 4 damage that could be coming at her face. God, can suspend another one of these things. I think I need to crack this Waterlogged Grove. Ooh, Glasspool is fucking great. Alright, question is what do I do with this? Yeah, alright, we have Glasspool. I could Trickster something down and attack. If I the only problem is if I attack though, I'm still like in the danger zone. Glasspool and Silvergill is definitely an option. I like that. Alright, yeah, we have to hold back here, I think. I guess they also kind of got to be careful because if they get to a point where this Rage Channeler has to attack, that could actually be bad for them because that's one less blocker they have. Okay, well they drew basically nothing. That's for devastating. All right, I can Tide Shaper this Den of the Bugbear. It's a 3/2, but it makes a 1/1 whenever it's tapped and yeah, whenever it attacks. It's like the Goblin guy. I have the Tide Shaper though to turn it off if but they could have a removal spell. I think that I think we have to do this. And it is probably time to start maybe sending in some attackers. Well, here's the thing, like I could at least start forcing them to do something. If I attack with like 2 Silvergill Adepts here or like 2 Tricksters, that's great. Because I still have 3 blockers. So I think this is a good opportunity to. Oh, they still do have that. Yeah, you're right. It's gonna give this first strike, and all right, we'll wait. We'll hold back. We'll play Benthic, and we're gonna fucking suspend Ancestral Vision. Whatever. Yeah, you're right because like, I guess the only problem, like I said, is if they find like Lightning Bolt, this does kill me instantly. They can bolt me, attack for 3 in the air, and I'm dead. So I don't want to wait too long, but like this is a threat to me. And if they find like a fetch land, then that's also a problem. Oh god. So now like a fetch land or a Mishra's Bauble is death. So we don't have forever to wait here. That is fantastic. Subtlety is great. Okay, so what happens here? They have 3 blockers and I have 5 attackers. I don't think they have a removal spell because I feel like they would have used it if they did. I think I kind of just attack. Yeah, like Ragavan's gonna first strike kill one thing, but they'll have to block with both of their Rage Channelers in order to live. I think we just go like, okay, what happens? If they like, okay, let's pretend they have a Fatal Push. I don't think they do, but if let's pretend they have a Fatal Push, they can use it on the Tide Shaper. This is only its first strike. So actually, I can't attack with this because they can. If they have removal, they could just kill this thing. But I think if I attack with these 5, they have to block at least 3 of these things. How do I not attack? Again, if they, like, I am so close to dead. I have to attack. Like, there's no way I can't. I have to make them... I'm dead to a lightning bolt. It blocks 1, but they'll bolt me, and the other one's gonna kill me. But, or maybe, I don't know. I guess if they still have to find the land off the surveil, maybe. Alright, you know what? Fine, we won't. We'll just wait. Fine, we will wait. We'll play your game. What are they doing here? Unholy Heat. Okay, so they did have removal in this, so that's good to know. They put... Wait, why would you put Bolt... they put Lightning Bolt in the graveyard. Okay, they're just trying to find land or artifact to give these things flying, I guess. I really don't think it could not have possibly been correct to do that. They're on 1 minute and 58 seconds here. You know what? I fucked up. I should have put that back on top of their deck, and I didn't. I just screwed that up so bad. Because now they have 3 Rage Channelers. Well, that's helpful. Yeah, they have to block everything, and they have no cards in hand. They have 5 blockers. They're gonna have to throw everything away here. I should have. I totally screwed that up. But I think we got it anyway. We got bailed out. They can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, lose like all their creatures except for Ragavan, I guess. I don't need to adapt Benthic here. They're at 2, they have no creatures. They didn't... Oh, you know what? They didn't even have mana for that, so it's fine. Whatever. They're dead. They're fucked. Yeah, but if I had played Subtlety right, they guaranteed would have been, like... They would have died that turn instead of this turn. Alright, whatever. We got there. We win the match. Alright, well, that puts us at 2-2, though I think match 3 was my fault, so... Yeah, Subtlety. I need to learn how to play with this card better. This is literally my first experience playing with this on MTGO, so literally the first casting was the worst one, and it's getting better, but it's not quite there yet. Alright. That was a hell of a game. Yeah, this is like playing fucking Blue Jund. It has tons of card draw and like lots of decision points, and like this is one of now it's forcing you to go deep into like knowing all the new cards again, which it's hard because I don't know all of them yet. I haven't played with a lot of them. You have to learn the hard way in order to learn the text in these cards. We're at 2 hours and 40 minutes, my god. Yeah, well, I think really the thing that we've learned, though, Ancestral Vision is the fucking tits. We have resolved, like, 3 of them today, and they're great. Okay, I don't know what we're up against. We have... I mean, this looks like it's probably okay. I don't know. I think I'm supposed to keep this. What do you think, guys? We are on the draw. It doesn't they haven't I don't like it's not a Urion deck or anything, but I think I'm going to keep it. They don't have a companion, so oh, what the hell is this? Temple Garden. Uh-oh. Oh god, it's Amulet Titan. No! No, god, no, why? Okay. This is not a fucking keep against Amulet Titan. We're gonna have such a hard time getting through this Grazer. If we can get Subtlety, yeah, but like, Subtlety's good when you have pressure. We do not have pressure. Like, putting Titan on top of their deck for one turn is not actually that great. Oh god. Yeah, this is just getting worse. Oh, they don't have another land to play? Okay, well... Alright, so you're telling me there's a chance. Alright, how the hell do I do this? They don't have a land, because they would have played it with this Dryad. So, against this... Do I just jam Silvergill here? Or do I jam the Lord and then just, like, hold up the Tricksters and whatnot? Yeah, I think I need more than this in my hand, so I guess I'll show them Harbinger. That's not bad. Tide Shaper is sort of fine. Yeah, you're... I also like the holding up Trickster plus a Charm is great. If they just pass to me again without doing anything, that would actually be really cool. No, they have another Dryad. But you know what? So here's what we can do. Like, this turn, we can play Tide Shaper plus Lord of Atlantis. They still don't have any lands. So I think that what we have to do is play the Lord plus Tide Shaper, then we can start attacking with Island Walk. Well, yeah, yeah, Dryad beat down engaged, so this is the plan I'm gonna go with here. I kind of do want to use its ability, but then I'm not going to be able to hold up the Archmage's charm when they finally do cast a real spell. So I'm willing to go shields down so I can start putting, like, 6 Island Walk pressure on them, so... Well, they don't have lands, but they still, like... Yeah, like, that's what I'm saying. The Valakut doesn't matter because they don't have lands, so... And then hopefully I can just keep up the charm and then get there that way. We just need them to miss, like, one more turn. Do not find, like, a fucking land. Play another Dryad. I would actually be okay with that. That's a problem. They didn't attack. They're scared. You know what? They should be scared. Okay, well... I'm feeling like maybe... Alright, the options are we could play Silvergill and then maybe Trickster at the end of their turn. Try to find another Lord. Because I think we're probably going to need Island Walk to get through this. If the other option is holding up Charm and then just playing a Harbinger at the end of their turn. So I think it's probably either these two this turn or these two this turn, and I'm not sure. Like, what is our best bet here? We need to put some, like, first of all, we're gonna need more Island Walk to kill them because they have a ton of defense. But again, if they find a land, like, they could just be slamming Titan and we're just dead. I don't think I want to cast Charm, draw 2, but maybe we just have to risk it again. I'm gonna risk it. I mean, it's another land. I don't know. Draw Lord would be nice, but I think maybe I just have to play Harbinger here. Like, they do know I have this in hand, but just put pressure in the battlefield and pass. Alright, don't kill me. Well, I want to save the Trickster to play alongside the Charm, because I can play that next turn. I can play both of these cards. Like, as long as they don't play, you know, oh, that's terrifying. God, just fucking Teferi. Alright, now it might be time to Charm draw 2 cards. Okay, so how the fuck do we deal with this? I could kill the Teferi, actually. I could play the Trickster on one of these Dryads and attack to kill Teferi. And then I can hold up Charm. Which I think that's the line I'm going to go with. If they don't do anything, they'll crack Grove. I mean, I assume that, like, probably Tideshaper will die here. No, they're going to kill a Gill. Alright, I mean, it doesn't really make a huge difference. I'm not going to bounce the Dryad. I want to keep up the Archmage's Charm. They don't have Teferi anymore. I took care of that problem. So now Charm is alive. I feel like I probably, like, okay, fucking Omnath. What is happening to my life? Okay, so this has to be like the control version of Scape Shift. I have to counter this, right? Like I can't let them fucking play this. There's no way. This has to get countered. Like, we're not beating Omnath. We need another Lord. I think we crack a Waterlogged Grove and see what happens. I think we crack a Waterlogged Grove and see what happens. Come on! God damn. Fuck. How do we draw all 4 Waterlogged Groves? Well, the only good news is if we actually do find a Lord, theoretically we just win. So we do have 12 Island Walk if we find the Lord. Valky, God of Lies. Okay, so they're playing the Bring Delight Scape Shift deck. What are you gonna do? You take a Harbinger of the Tides, and that's not a problem. I guess they do they have something like Release to the Wind, maybe? It could be. Really, no. I mean, yeah, I actually kind of like this attack. No, I'm not blocking this. I'm trying to go for the win with a Lord. Well, we only have 6 in the deck, and one of them died already, so there is that. Svyelun, huh? That's... So, I could like tap this thing with Glasspool and attack, but Svyelun might be a little bit better. I'm just thinking, like, if I tap this with Trickster, this can trade with one of my creatures, this can block. They'll take 4, go to 7. I don't know if that's, like, materially better. I think I have to play Svyelun, because, like, Svyelun can actually draw things that matter. And, like, they have to block this every turn, so... It gets to attack for free. Alright. I guess we're just passing. Well, it seems like at least our opponent doesn't have anything going on. God is not quite a lord. Well, that's a triumph. That's... Alright, well... Wait, what? How... Okay, what happened here? Did you just have... Like, you couldn't have just had these in hand. Like, were you just waiting with Grazer? I don't get it. What was your plan with that? Yikes. Alright, I guess... okay, here's a problem now. Alright, crack this. Draw a lord, please. Come on, please find it. This Valakut is going to be a problem because it's going to start pinging all of my creatures if I can't kill them right now. Fuck. I think I just have to attack with Svyelun here. Yeah, I guess I could have. We're going to end up with a card either way. Yeah, we're kind of in trouble, so... I guess I need them to just not find another land. Tide Shaper would actually be pretty good if we could find it right now. That's pretty good. Why are you throwing this away? You have a fucking 2/4 to block with. Come on. Opponent, what are you doing? You know better than this. Well, we have Charm, so that's a plus, right? So, just don't draw a land. That's a problem. That's going to start pinging my creatures. Oh, they're going to my face. They're not dicking around. Alright, what's going on here? Opponent, what do you got? Bring to light. For 5 colors, which means... Alright. So here's the thing. I could actually just let this Bring to Light resolve because I have Subtlety, so ideally if they get a creature, I can just Subtlety it back to the top of their deck. And then use... Well, no, okay, so what I'm saying is they have to cast the card that they find with this. No, because I can actually cast the Archmage's Charm and try to dig for the Lord if they like go for a creature that I can Subtlety with this thing. I think that I should see what it is they're going to find here. Because I don't think they're going to, like, I guess they could find Verdict, but I don't think they would have cast it with 5 colors. I don't know, maybe. I have to gamble. Like, I need the Lords to win. So I think I'm going to wait. I'm just going to let them try to, like, I don't know, find, like, a fucking, some creature or planeswalker. Maybe, like, another Valky or something. Because if they Valky, then I can use Subtlety and dig with the Charm. I think that's my best bet. The only thing that, like, really ruins us is, like, Supreme Verdict. Really? You went for Expressive Iteration? Okay, well, That one I actually think I need to counter, though, because if they find... you know what? I might not. The only thing that actually kills me from this is... if you know what? Do they have bounce lands? Like, do they have Karas in their deck? I'm getting the impression they probably don't have, like, Amulet or Karus. They might not have bounces. Well, no, because the reason is they have two Valakuts. So if they find like a third Valakut, I actually do die from that. Or if they find a fetch land would actually kill me. So there is a potential reason to counter it. Yeah, okay, but the thing is, if I don't counter it, I might actually just be dead right now. I guess any fetch land is actually lethal because they play the fetch land using their extra land play from this. And then they crack it, and then I'm dead because they'll have 4 Valakut triggers. I guess we're just gambling. Like, this... yeah, they found Flooded Strand. We die. Like, this is what I'm saying. They just play Flooded... or they played Valakut. Never mind. So, like, that's even worse. They just drew Valakut. You know what? I'm gonna draw my 2 cards. Alright, well, we weren't gonna get there anyway. Because the thing is, like, if the Lord is the top card and you do counter the spell, you still win that game. Like, I don't know. That was hard, so... well, it's not just that. They also revealed Flooded Strand. That's the thing. Like, if they play any fetch land, I was dead. And they have lots of fetch lands in their deck. So they revealed the Flooded Strand off of that, and they just chose to... they found Valakut and they found Flooded Strand off of their expressive iteration. I think this is a match where probably need Force of Negation. I don't think they're playing Amulet in this deck. I don't think that's this kind of deck. I think Force, though, is necessary because we need to counter Bring to Light. Fuck. Like, this is a Bring to Light Scapeshift deck. I don't think that they're actually playing Amulets. I don't think Harbinger is very good. We have to cut 2 more cards. Like, if we want the Force of Negations, like, I think we need these to go against, yeah, damn it, come on, what is it? The Bring to Lights, duh. Yeah, I think we need them. I'm not sure that we want Svyelun for this match, because I don't think this is a grindy, long match where, like, 3 drops are good. Subtlety I like because there are a lot of creatures that it can counter. But I don't know about Svyelun, to be honest, because I think we need the Island Walk Lords, because they are going to give us Island Walk whether they like it or not. Silvergill is probably necessary. I think we just need to keep the curve low and aggro. But I'm not sure about this. I'm thinking that maybe Borrower might be better than these, so we just maybe cut the Svyluns and play 2 Borrowers, and then, like, we're at 60 here. Then, like, all of our 3 mana stuff is at instant speed, and all of our 4 mana stuff's at instant speed, except for Glasspool, but those are lands. Like, I don't think we're cutting them. Are they, like... I don't think they need a lot of removal. See, that's, like... I don't think their deck really requires... like, they have Prismatic Endings in the main deck already, and presumably, like, they can Bring to Light for Escape Shift, or, I mean, Supreme Verdict. Like, what... their match is already reasonably good. I'm not sure that the removal's that important. And they're a deck that has lots of lands, so, like, they can afford the 1 tax for that. I think, like, the key to beating this deck is you have to stay low to the ground. Like, I think this is actually a reasonable hand here. I think I'm going to keep this. They have to be, like, very careful about playing Dryad because they're just giving us Island Walk. Yeah, I mean, they have Grazer. Ugh. I don't think I don't know. I don't think it's worth using subtlety in this thing. I need to have more stuff going on first. They were, yeah, like it did kind of suck. You're right. Okay, well this is the island one, so probably just play island walk stuff and kill them. That's the plan. Hope they don't have like prismatic ending. Yeah, absolutely you jam lords in this. If I have to pitch something for this, I think we get rid of Silvergill. Um I think that I think we need to subtlety this thing. I don't want to let them just get more land drops. Yeah, fuck this card. They might be banking on this fucking Misty Rainforest to have a land drop for this turn. They choose to put it on top, so I guess they do need it. They did find another land, so that's unfortunate. But this might be enough, because we're going to get to attack for 7, and then we'll have lethal next turn. And I don't know, playing Ren in 6 like might be too slow. They need to have something like Prismatic Ending, or they're just dead. Yeah, they're going to go to 9, and then the turn afterwards, we're going to have 10 power, so either they can kill one of these lords in the next turn, or they lose. They have 5. They have 4 cards. We know what the top card of their deck is. They have 4 cards. So if they have ending in those 4 cards, then they can get there. But if they don't have ending, then they're just dead. So that's how this is going to go. I'm not going to play the Aether Vial. I don't think there's any reason to. I would rather let them think I have something like Spell Pierce. They might be thinking about that, yeah. Okay, well if they again they have to have it in hand. Like if they don't have the ending in, or if they don't have prismatic ending in hand, or like solitude or something, they're dead. I guess lightning helix is an option. Then like they might have that. They don't. All right, they just didn't have it. Okay, well we're on the draw this time, which means it's gonna get a lot harder. On the draw, do I like Silvergill as much? Because they're gonna have like Ren in 6, which is gonna make it really hard to play Silvergill. So there's definitely an argument that like maybe Harbinger is better than Silvergill just because it doesn't die to the Ren in 6 in the draw. I mean, the Tide Shapers are usually going to be a 2/2. The Benthic Biomancer can theoretically become a 2/2. This is not a long game, so I don't think Relic does anything. Like it's not a like if anything, I'm taking out a 2/1 to bring in a 2/2. That's like I don't expect like yeah, we lose a card draw. Why do we take out Svyelun? Because I think that Svyelun's a really slow card against this deck. But you know what? I might be inclined, like, I think it might be better than this in the draw. We can do that. The thing is, when we're on the play, I think Silvergill actually has, it's better because you can aggro them out better. But on the draw, like, they're going to have, like, maybe turn 2 Ren in 6, and, like, then playing Silvergill on our turn is pathetic. So we need something that has a bigger butt in the draw. You don't want to play long, drawn-out games against this deck. It's not a good plan. This is a very interesting hand. I think I actually want to keep this. We just play, like, Tide Shaper into, like, Lord of Atlantis and hope that Archmage's Charm will carry us, maybe. I think this is a solid keep. So they're trying to decide what's going on here, so... I will say there is a very high learning curve to this deck. Like, these cards are fucking incredibly difficult to play correctly. There's so many options with them. Oh yeah, we're absolutely 1000% jamming Shaper in turn 1. Because I guarantee they have to, like, get their tri-lands right away, like, to give us Island Walk, so... They played a fetch land, and I am positive that they're gonna get a tri-land off of this thing. Because they need to. They're playing Omnath in their deck. They can't afford not to have blue mana. If they want any hope of casting it, they have to get it here. See, look. Called it. I told you that they would do it. 1000%. Now I think that, like, if they go for Wrenn and 6, I'm probably just gonna Subtlety it. Oh, they don't even have it. Okay, excellent. Yeah, I guess just jam Lord and go. Remember, they're playing like a 4-color deck, so they have they can't, they're not one of the decks that has the option to just not have islands against us. Their mana requirements are way too terrible. Like their main card costs blue mana to cast. They need Bring to Light. So with no islands in play, they have no hope of casting it. So as much as I can't do anything about that. That's a pretty weak turn 3 in my opinion. They do have removal. It's sure they have some, but like at the end of the day, it's not that bad. I really want an island right here so I can hold up Charm. Yes! Fucking amazing. All right. All right. You know what? Now we actually have lots of options. Well, we could play Glasspool on Lord of Atlantis. We could play Svyelun. Svyelun would actually be really good here. I'm not sure what they play. Like, on turn 4, if they play Omnath, I could just Subtlety it and then counter it the turn afterwards. Like, with only 4 mana, like, there's not a whole lot that they can do that I'm scared of. Like, Supreme Verdict is, like, if we play Svyelun and they Verdict us, like, that's not great, but I don't know what they can do on 4 mana that we care about. I think we attack and then Spy. Because we need to get it in play. I think we absolutely need to get that in play. Like, when they have 5 mana up, that's when, like, we can never afford to tap out again. With just 4 mana, I feel safer. Because, like, their best thing at 4 mana, I think, is Omnath, and we have an answer to that. I can pitch even the Glasspool Mimic if I want to this thing. Actually, you know what? It might be correct, actually, to pitch a Subtlety. Because now, like, again, if they play Omnath here, like, it doesn't actually do anything. Because then we can also just play Glasspool, copy the Lord of Atlantis, and we Island Walk for the win. We have 9 power in play right now. They're at 10 life. If they play Omnath, they could theoretically block Lord of Atlantis, so they wouldn't die next turn. But yeah, Subtlety on that, and then play Glasspool kills them, so... Like, they could just exile this thing. Like, that's fine. If they want to exile this with Prismatic, like, sure. That we can live with this. This took up their whole turn, and they're still taking 5 damage, so they're again in the same position next turn. And we'll have Archmage's Charm up. Yeah, it's still a 2-turn clock. I think we just attack here. We have the Lord, so Island Walk is online. Yeah, I absolutely agree. I don't even think we play Glasspool here. I think we hold this up as a blue card for Subtlety. No, we don't need to play Glasspool. Because now we can cast 3 spells this turn if we have to. We have Charm plus 2 Subtleties if we need. What are they going to do here? I just Subtlety this and I win. Get rid of this, because we can just cast the Lord next turn. It doesn't matter. There we go. See, we had it. Alright, well, that was a game. We managed to just... Subtlety and fucking Archmage's Charm actually carried that entire game. That was great. My god. Clearly, I still have some work to do with learning these. Like, the league started off pretty rough. But I think that we started to see improvement over the course of this league, so... I have to say, though, the best card that we played today, definitely Ancestral Vision. I mean, for a really long time, like, I was struggling to figure out how the fuck do we beat Lurrus decks where they just draw... Lurrus just generates them infinite amounts of values. Well, the answer is Ancestral Vision. You side out your Aether Vials and you bring in 4 Ancestral Vision, and that will absolutely just crush them. It gave, like... It turns, like, what is normally a losing proposition going into an endgame into an actually, like, potentially winning one. So, this is probably, like, my favorite tech... Oh, no, come back here. Yeah, out of everything we did, I like this the most. Now, I gotta say, like, these 2 cards definitely showed some promise here. Yeah, the tech that Vision's replacing is, was it the Auric? Yeah, you're right. Let's pull up that card just so everybody can see it. I'd have to do set quantity to 0. This is the one. For each opponent, gain control up to the 1 creature or planeswalker they control with mana 3 or less. So it's a 4 mana sorcery, but you can use it to steal like Lurrus or something. So, I mean, it's fair. Like, that is definitely really powerful, but honestly, I think like even Visions is probably better against those decks. Like, this card definitely has some value, and like this, you're gonna have to play a mana base like this if you want to play this card. I definitely think you could play this card if you want, but oh yeah, hold on. I will change the scene so that I'm sorry, chat. You're gonna go away for a second. There we go. Now you can see the sideboard here. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you definitely steal their like a card, so maybe they'll use removal, but it is a 2-for-1. However, I think the thing is, like, Vision is a turn 1 3-for-1. And I think this card's just more devastating overall versus those kind of decks. So, I don't know, like, Auric is definitely good, but I think Vision's... If I had to pick between the two, I think I like this plan a lot better. Yep, you're welcome, Nomad Runner. Yeah, I have to be careful. Like, the thing is, like, my overlay for Twitch streaming, like, I don't have a good place to put the chat and to keep the screen size big enough, so yeah. For gameplay, it doesn't usually matter because it doesn't go over that far most of the time, but, like, yeah, when we're looking at the deck list, it matters, so. Yeah, absolutely no problem, Joe. Well, I mean, this is not going to be the last time that we'll play Merfolk. I mean, I've promised to make full use of the Mana Trader's Rental, so you know I am doing other stuff besides Merfolk. So like you saw, we had a pretty good league with Burn last week, but definitely like Merfolk is still not, it's not gone. Like, you know, just because I'm doing other stuff does not mean I'm never playing Fish anymore. It just means I'm playing Fish less than I used to. That's all. So it's still here, and the replays for this always get uploaded to YouTube. So you know. You can always feel free to go over and check out Lord Magicus on YouTube, and you can, you know, subscribe there and always check out this, leave comments and stuff. Because I know they'll eventually disappear off Twitch, but YouTube, they stay forever, so that's nice. Yeah, you know what, Benthic Biomancer, I also have to say, this card I think was good. And I think the reason that, like, Tulio's list currently has 2 spell piercing is because the last thing that I think he lost to in like the showcase, if I recall, was Charbelcher. So he might have been feeling that a little bit and sided away from some of the league stuff. I think there's way too many Ragavans and such in the leagues that you have to have like more creature stuff in turn 1. At the very worst, like Benthic being something to throw in front of Ragavan is at least a thing. Force them to use a removal to clear the way for it. Like, I don't just let them freely get Ragavan in if you don't have to. But, you know, even in a grinding situation, we saw Benthic Biomancer added some value by looting away cards. We got to loot Oboro away at least once, so that was pretty solid. It's been a long time since we did that, you know. Benthic is not dead. Like, this card still does things, and especially if you're focused on a grinding plan with, like, Ancestral Vision, Benthic is going to do really good in those scenarios, and especially, again, without, like, Mutavaults in your list, yeah, you want more ability to dig through the deck, but, like, look at this. You have 4 Groves, you know, 2 Bens, like, 4 Silvergill Adepts here, the 4 Svyelun's and 4 Charms. Like, this list churns, and even, like, Glasspool copying the stuff. The list has a huge ability to dig for cards to make up for the card disadvantage of Subtlety, so that is good. And like the longer the game goes, I think the stronger a lot of these cards get. Like, once you get to the point where you can cast this for 4 mana, this card is fucking fantastic. Like, it's fine like early if you can like delay them from, you know, their turn 2 Ren and 6. That's pretty solid. Like, when you get to like turn 4 and you don't have to pitch a card to do that, and you get to keep a 3/3 flyer, that's just like icing on the cake. So I was pretty happy with this. I think like I think Nikachu is playing a very similar list to this for Vegas, so I'm hoping that he does really well with it. I know, like, yeah, like I said, this requires like a very high level of skill, so I'm hoping that, you know, at least one of our Vegas Merfolk pilots are gonna take it to victory and take the professor up on his prize of, you know, getting to fly out to see him. That'd be cool, but we'll have to see. But anyway, like, if you're gonna play fish, I think like a shell like this is probably the way to go. Like, to be honest, like, and I think I've said this before, I did not believe in Subtlety when Horizons came out, but I think it's just too necessary now. Like, I don't think you can play the deck without it. There's just too many fucking creature nonsense things that you have to use Subtlety on. And you need to be able to interact in like turn 0 and turn 1. And if you can't, like, this is like the only card that we reasonably have that does that. Not even Dismember really works because like it's costing you too much life and it costs you mana. So the fact that you can like play Vial and then also have like Subtlety up for like their turn 2 whatever is nice. Yeah, I don't think we really got to see Skydiver, but I think like if you're expecting a lot of hammers, like this could be fine. And otherwise, like, yeah, these are all like cards we would normally play, like Borrower, Force, and Relics. The Force could be something like Spell Pierce if you can't afford them. So, like, I think Tulio, like, yeah, he only played 2 in his list because of budget reasons, and he was doing absolutely fine. So it's not like you don't need Force specifically. Probably any 1 mana counterspell like Mystical Dispute, Miscast, or Spell Pierce, something like that could easily replace this slot if you want. But I mean, Force is probably good in this slot, so. And it does complement Subtlety nice because then you have a free spell that deals with non-creatures and a free spell that deals with creatures. So it's cool. All right. I feel like I've been talking forever, and this went on for just over 3 hours. But yeah, this was good. I like this. But now it is the time when we need to go find somebody to raid here, which I don't do this very often. So I have to figure out how the hell to like go for this. All right. Does anybody have a suggestion? Who do we want to go like find? It's like a lot. I don't know who's like streaming right now. I have to look through here quickly. Oh, you know what? Okay, let's go visit Armchair General. He's playing Final Fantasy V. This is his first time playing through the game, and he's doing the No 750 member challenge. So we're doing it for charity for the Child's Play charity, which is really cool. I will be playing more of it tomorrow myself, as I am also doing a run for it. So yeah, let's go and say hi to him because we've been doing stuff back and forth. He's been on my channel before playing magical cards with me, and he does some magical cards in his time, but right now He's playing video games, so let's go say hi. I appreciate everybody for being here. Yeah, like I said, we'll do more of this at some point. Follow me on Twitter, and you can see when we're doing and when we're going live with this. So there you go. All right, we'll see you guys later.